Hi, HPFTers. This is me, TreacleTart, also known as Caitlin to some of you. I'm here with a monthly update of what's going on the site. Just going to do one of these once a month to kind of keep everybody informed and up to date. So to start with, we're going to go through some of the site talk that's going on. As many of you know, our first annual frogs have just ended. We were really pleased with how they went, really excited to see all the amazing stories that got nominated and the diverse categories and everything. If you haven't already checked them out, go take a look at the list of winners, which are in the site talk area. Definitely read the stories that are listed there if you haven't already, because all of them are fantastic. We're going to be doing a site-wide survey coming up soon, so if you have any feedback on the frogs, look for that question in that survey, and please make sure you give us any suggestions for next year. Second topic is that we're going to be doing some maintenance on our archives, cleaning out some of the unused tags. We're just basically looking to get rid of things that people don't really use. Like, we don't want to have a tag sitting around for just one thing or with no stories on it at all. So if there's tags that you've needed to add to your stories but you haven't added, go ahead and add them now so that we know they're being used and they won't get cleaned out. It won't be anything minor, or anything major, but you'll see some minor changes throughout the summer. The annual cost report is also up and it's posted in the site talk area. It just breaks down how much the site cost, what the costs went to, and how those costs were allocated. If you're interested in that, please make sure you check them out and say a big thank you to Rose, Aloe, and Bronwyn for splitting the costs for the archives or for the site this year. So thank you three for keeping this going. We have some exciting news in terms of the queue limit. I think most of you are already aware, but just in case, we have it set up now that so you can always post 2 new chapters at a time. We did that because we felt like, the validators are just rocking. They're keeping the stories going really, really fast, and they're finding times when they're logging in and there's not enough to validate. So we're like, oh, if everyone can add 2 chapters at a time, that should keep them nice and busy. Of course, they're still rocking. So kudos to Annika, Af, and Carl for doing such a great job. In addition to the 2 chapters at all times, we're doing something called 5 for 5, and that's going to be the first 5 days of the month. You can upload 5 chapters at a time. So coming up this July 1st through 5th, anytime that you want to upload chapters, you can upload 5 chapters at a time. Once those 5 are cleared, you can upload another 5 as many times as you can get them through. We know that the queue might get a little more backed up during that time just because of the onslaught of chapters. So myself and Abhorsen or Bronwyn are standing by to jump in if the validators need it. They haven't so far because, like I said, they're all superheroes, but we're there just in case. On a sadder note, Carrie, or Scooterbug8515, has sadly stepped down from Slytherin as a prefect. Carrie was an awesome prefect, super, super involved in the site, a great role model for Slytherin, and a joy for us to work with. All of us staff are sad to see her go, and we have nothing but positive to say about Carrie. So Carrie, thank you for all you've done for the site, and I know you're still going to be around and everything, just moving on to bigger and better adventures. So just don't be a stranger, and thank you for everything you've done. Current house points are not quite up to date at the moment. We're still getting together the info for the Frog Awards and also the maze that's going on. So these points that I'm about to quote are just slightly behind, but they give you kind of an idea where things stand. So currently, Ravenclaw has 1,560 points. Gryffindor has 1,559 points. Hufflepuff's just behind them with 1,198 points, and Slytherin's still in it with 892 points. So that's where those points stand. You'll see the new points updated shortly. Order of Merlin was announced by the prefects just a couple days ago. I'm happy to say I got it this month, even though I think that there's infinitely more deserving staff members. Everyone does such a great job. I don't know how they even pick, but thank you, prefects, for this lovely honor. I really appreciate it. And then to celebrate our Students of the Month, for Archive Student of the Month, we selected Jill, or 1917 Farm Girl. Jill is an accomplished author. She's uploaded 22 stories and like 70-something chapters to the archives over the last month or so. And the thing that's even more impressive is the amazing quality of all of her work. She writes just incredible chapters, and I know when I was validating, I really looked forward to seeing her stuff in the queue. I have an inkling that it's still about the same. So congratulations, Jill, on being Archive Student of the Month. And for a Forum Student of the Month, we have Tasha, or Malfoy's Angel. Tasha has been a joy for us to work with. I see her being really active in her own house, across the site, and particularly as a prefect. I've noticed that anytime we've needed a volunteer to take care of something, Tasha's stepped forward, been one of the first people to offer her help. She's really been a joy for me now that I'm kind of working with the prefects a bit more, and I know that the other prefects enjoy her company as well. So thank you both Tasha and Jill for your contributions to our site. We really appreciate having you here. Moving into writing talk. Just a reminder, there's writing exercises going on with Liz, aka Winding Arrow. If you want to improve your writing skills, diversify what you're writing a little bit, just want a bit of a challenge, definitely stop by there. She's got some really cool stuff going on, and you know, they're being updated regularly, so make sure you check it all out. We also have this exciting thing going on with the prefects, where the prefects are going to be hosting a writing challenge bi-monthly. So every other month, they're going to start a new challenge and judge it. So the first challenge that they did was in honor of Pride Month, and since it's Pride, they decided to do a coming out challenge. The deadline for that is the end of this month, June 30th, 2017. So if you haven't already put an entry in for it, make sure you do. There's some bonus points for that. So winners earn a little bit of extra points for their house and a little bit more glory than a normal challenge would. And then coming up, oh, sorry, just posted recently were the challenge results for the Strong Female Challenge by Crimson Quill, the Wizards Around the World Challenge by Vilja, I'm so sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name, and the Amnesia Experiment by Winding Arrow. All of those stories were really excellent, the ones that won and participated. So the results can be found in the story challenge section. Go ahead and go over there and take a look, celebrate, read the winning stories, and leave a review if you have a moment. Also, just a reminder of all the challenges that are going to be coming due soon. They're a little out of order, so I apologize in advance. We have the Historical Head Canons Challenge by Not Theodore. The deadline is June 19th, 2017. We have the Literary Quotes Challenge by Muggle Maybe, due July 2nd. We have the Super Minor Character Challenge by me, that's due July 20th as well. And then the Parody Challenge by Bella Lestrange 87, which is due July 20th. And then the Sirius Black is Gay Challenge by Pop Punk Padfoot, July 7th. And the Not Your House Challenge by Sunshine Daisy Windmills, July 31st. And finally, the Auror's Tale Story Challenge Season 3 by Starfeather, deadline is July 1st. So lots of really great challenges, all sorts of diverse stuff to write. I mean, we've got historical headcanons, we've got literary quotes, we've got random prompts, we've got super minor characters, parodies, Gay Sirius Black, Not Your House, Auror's. I mean, how could you resist? I personally think I'm signed up for like every single one, but I guess that's probably not a surprise at this point. Moving on into reading talk, we're going to be reviving Fic Night. Some of you have been asking about that, and Kevin, aka Title Dragon, and Carl, aka Puka, have both stepped up and been willing to take that on. So next week there will be a Fic Night, and I'm not sure who's hosting it yet, but I think it's going to be awesome, and I think you should definitely plan to be there for it. Get some questions ready and enjoy as they read this amazing story and answer your questions. And moving into fandom talk, Julie is going to be super happy to hear this, but Simon versus the Homo sapiens is going crazy right now. It is spreading like wildfire across HPFT. I have yet to read it. I know, Julie, I'm so sorry, don't hate me. I have it on my list. If you have read it or you'd like to discuss it, please feel free to go over to Fandom Talk and talk about Simon versus the Homo sapiens and make Julie's day. And finally, we have the maze going on right now, our final exams. I'm sure all of you are like rolling your eyes at me like, duh, what have we been doing for the last week? But just a reminder, you know, you've got a good bit more time to go with that, so don't panic, don't stress out, but definitely remember that there's a huge amount of points available here, and this is enough points for any house to win the House Cup. So don't feel like you've been discounted or like it doesn't matter if you put in effort because you're going to not win anyways. seriously, there are so many points available here. And at this point, this race is very, very tight. It's up for grabs for anyone. All 4 houses are very much in contention. So Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, Slytherin, Gryffindor, challenge is up to you guys. Get it together, you know, get your spreadsheets ready, you know, get your coffee pots brewing, get some strong tea bags, and just crank it out. You guys are all doing amazing. I've been watching, I've been popping my head into every single of this common rooms, and I've seen just incredible work ethic from each team. You guys are all doing really, really well. We're all really on staff, like biting our nails, trying to figure out who's going to take the victory. And then the last thing I wanted to mention is that we're going to be having a member feedback survey coming up probably in the next week or so. It's going to be a simple survey. It will ask you what house you belong to, but it will not ask you for your name. So it is pretty much anonymous. So we would really like you to give us honest feedback. I mean, if you have a concern, a comment, critique, kudos, whatever, we want to hear about it. We want to use this information to improve our House Cup schedule next year and the events that we provide for you guys, and help to make HPFT even better in its second year than it was in its first. So if you'll give us some really honest feedback, we'd appreciate that. We're also, in the thread that we posted in, going to have an area where you can post and say, I've taken this survey to get points. It's going to be on the honor system. Like I said, the survey itself is anonymous, so we won't know. We're just going to trust you when you say, I've taken this survey, and you'll be awarded with some points for your house. So look out for that. Make sure you get your feedback in there. Help us build HPFT into a great place for its second year. And I think that's about it for our June updates. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and thank you, everybody, for being an amazing place. I know I speak for all of the staff, past and present, when I say you guys have been awesome. This first year with HPFT has been amazing. Seeing it built from the ground up has been an incredible experience for me, and it's only been so incredible because of all the amazing members that you guys are. So thank you for that. Look for an update coming up again in the middle of July. Thanks, everyone, and enjoy your summer. Bye.